The origin of dragons in Game of Thrones is as enigmatic as the creatures are powerful. Rooted deep in the lore of George R. R. Martin's expansive fantasy world, dragons are heralded from ancient times, almost as old as the world itself. According to the text from the Citadel, dragons were first discovered by the ancient Valyrians in the 14 Fires, a ring of volcanoes on the Valyrian Peninsula. These fearsome beasts were tamed through what can only be speculated as a combination of powerful magic and innate Valyrian affinity. It wasn't just a matter of walking up to a dragon and placing a leash around its neck, though. This was an ancient civilization that had deeply embedded magic in their culture, a kind of magic that is now lost to the people in the current Game of Thrones timeline. The Valyrians used these dragons to forge an empire, the Valyrian Freehold, that dominated much of the known world. They were the ultimate weapon of war and symbol of power. But as history shows, even the mightiest can fall, and the doom of Valyria was a cataclysmic event that destroyed much of the Valyrian civilization and nearly all of their dragons. Yet before the doom, the Targaryen family, with a prescient move, relocated to Dragonstone off the coast of Westeros, taking their dragons with them. These dragons eventually died out too, with the last of the Targaryen dragons being small, sickly creatures. Myths and legends persisted, suggesting that magic left the land with the dragons, making their revival that much more extraordinary when Daenerys Targaryen managed to hatch 3 dragons from what were thought to be petrified eggs in a funeral pyre. A pivotal moment restoring dragons to the world. Could there be more to the story? Possibly. George R. R. Martin's books suggest there is a deep, almost primordial connection between the dragons and the magic of the world that is yet to be fully explored. So while we know how the Targaryens came to control dragons and how Daenerys brought them back centuries later, the true origin of dragons dives into a deep history that predates recorded events, enveloped in mystery and magic. Dragons are the stuff of legends in both the Game of Thrones series and our own human mythology, and just like our tales on Earth, the further back you go, the hazier the truth becomes. It's this allure of the unknown that makes the dragons of Game of Thrones so captivating. After all, in a world battered by petty human politics and strife, who doesn't enjoy the idea of a creature so powerful that it transcends history? Portland, where I live, might be about as far from the world of Westeros as you can get, but we understand the awe-inspiring nature of the elements. Our volcanoes, like Mount St. Helens, are a testament to that. They're sorts of dragons in their own right, with a history shrouded in stories and a presence that commands respect. And much like the enigmatic origin of dragons in Game of Thrones, we'll probably never know all there is to know about these magnificent peaks, but that just adds to their grandeur.